Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to work on a pair of earrings using our SoftFlex's Design Challenge Kit Sunset Splendor. Now these are going to be some large and in charge earrings, but oh, they're going to be so pretty. Let's turn down and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, we have this pile of beads. Most of these were actually out of the strand, and I have a couple of ear posts. Now these are rose gold, but so is this really pretty crystal spacer that we're going to put in here, so that's not an issue to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our ear wire, and first we're going to put on this little daisy spacer, then this big orange rondelle, this large ball spacer, this pretty boho bead. Now in putting this one on, you got to be careful because this is a heart here, and you want to make sure that the heart's turned the right direction, because you wouldn't want your heart upside down. Uh-oh, there should be one more big ball spacer here, but there's not. Strange, because my original plan was to put a ball spacer here, and then the red, this, and this guy. But there's not another ball spacer here. So maybe what we'll do is I have some smaller ball spacers over here. Let's see what this looks like here. That's too small, I think. So I am going to have to go get me a couple more ball spacer, big ball spacer, because this is supposed to go here, and then these are to go like this. So there is our earring, what it's supposed to look like. And then we will do a tiny fold over here because we don't have a lot of wrapping room here, so we're just going to do a tiny bend. And then I'm going to get some of my round nose pliers instead of the others, so I can just go right in here with this and go up and around and over. And I release this, bring this over here. Now this is a very stiff wire. I think it's probably steel. So I'm just going to let it loose with these. I'm going to take it with my regular pliers, grab it, and then we're going to wrap this. Now you'll notice that instead of pulling, I'm pushing here on the wire because it's short and it doesn't want to be cooperative. So we just push it into place instead of pulling it. So there's this guy. Now you can, as you can see, it's got, because I used my round nose pliers instead of my normal stepped bell making plier, that my loop is a lot smaller than I normally make it, and that's fine. This doesn't appear to be tucked really good, so I'm going to try and get it tucked a little better. So there is this baby, and there's the daisy spacer and the rondelle. And now I have to go and get some more of our big ball spacers. Okay, I'm back with the two large ball spacers that I had missing out of my bunch of stuff. One, here's our boho. Let's make sure our hearts are going the right direction. So up through there. Next one. the red. That red looks like it's cut a little bit weird. Or the hole anyway. But we'll make it work. So there we go. There's our second one. So we want to take and make that teeny little bend right here. So we're going to get at the end of the pliers to do our bend. Then I'm going to get my round nose up and over and around. Bring her over. Now I'm going to grab my pliers to bring it over because it doesn't want to come over. Like I said, I'm pretty sure these are steel. So up. So there we go. Now we'll take hold of it with one of our pair of pliers and start to pull with our second, and then we will push it the rest of the way. Now see how it's fighting me a little bit here? That's because the wire is short and because it's steel. Boy, she's really fighting me on this one. But I think once I get the fight out of it, it will be fine. A little tiny bit more, and I think we'll have it. There we go. So there's our earrings number 2. Now we have to put on our so we'll get some couple of jump rings out. Open those up. Put these away. They're not needed anymore. Now you could have just made a simple loop at the top of these to make your loop instead of this wrapped loop. I just like a wrapped loop, but because it is just a little bit of wire, a simple loop would have worked fine if that would have been what you would prefer to do. So there's earring number 1 all finished. Now I will admit these are a teeny touch heavy. So if you're a person who can't have a heavy earring, these are not for you. But they're so pretty. Now I am going to change these backs out. I am not fond of this style of back. As you can see, this one has already worked itself way over here. And I am always afraid that those will, this one's not quite closed, fall off. And I have had them fall off. In fact, at one of my shows, one fell off, and it fell right, since it was an outdoor show, it fell right in the grass, and it was never found again. So, see, pulls off very easily. Even though there is a notch in there to help it stay in place, it still likes to pull off. So I'm going to take these off, and we'll get some gold ones to put in place instead. And what I mean by gold ones instead, I use this style with the little silicone nut. Now it has the silicone both inside this little guy here, as well as it has this silicone backing piece. So it grips pretty good. So there we go. There are our earrings. So here we go. Here's our earrings using our SoftFlex Design Challenge Kit Sunset Splendor. Ta-da! And I believe all of these beads were actually off the strand. This red one is drilled wrong, but I think it's all right. Those pretty? They're a goodly length, but they're stunningly pretty if you ask me. So anyway, these beads were from SoftFlex Design Challenge Kit Sunset Splendor. Mainly the strand, which is a separate purchase from the kit itself, and I think they turned out very pretty. But like I say, they are a little bit heavy. I think it's because of the boho bead. I think the boho bead is made out of clay, I believe. So sometimes they're a little bit heavier. I'm pretty sure that's the bead that's heavy. But hope you enjoyed making these with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.